Pluto's Magic Paws is a cartoon that originally aired in 2000 as part of Mickey Mouse Works, and it later aired the following year in the 5th episode of House of Mouse, Timon and Pumbaa, which is where I watched it. And I have to say the concept is relatively interesting, but the length of it is just a bit too long. There's not enough substance for it to really work very well. It drags on quite a bit and takes a little while to get to anything interesting. Mickey bumps into another mouse at the dry cleaners, and this mouse is a magician who invites Mickey to see the show, and then Mickey goes and collects his white gloves that have been in the dry cleaners, and he takes them home. And then he leaves the house to go to this magic show, leaving these magic gloves behind because these are actually magic gloves. He got the wrong, I was going to say the wrong order, he got the wrong package. What has happened is the magician has been given Mickey's non-magic gloves, and Mickey has been given the magician's magic gloves. And Pluto gets hold of these and decides to very much use these to his advantage. And there is some kind of trippy animation. I won't spoil it too much, but seeing Pluto sitting at a piano playing very well is just an odd sight because we're so used to seeing Pluto being on 4 paws. Of course, it goes back to the thing: how is Goofy a dog on 2 legs? Why is Pluto a dog on 4 legs? But here we get to see what it might look like if Pluto was a bit more anthropomorphized, and it is weird, but it's quite interesting. And Dinah the dog features as well. Butch is in it. With regard to the other magician, Magical Mouse, I believe he's called, I feel like they underplayed his role in this. They could have done a lot more with the character, a lot more with the magic acts, because of course we get to see him doing these magic acts, but he's put on Mickey's normal white gloves, not realizing they're not his magical gloves. And yeah, he does feature, but I feel like there was a lot of fluff leading up to Pluto finding the gloves, although love the mention of the Aristocats. And they could have played a lot more, or paid a lot more focus on Magical Mouse. So it wasn't great, it wasn't terrible. I think the pacing was a bit of a problem, and the focus wasn't quite right. But generally, it was an interesting concept and reasonably executed.